Hey there, and welcome to today's daily premium newsletter for May 2nd, 2018. So today we saw the bulls make some incremental gains, ending the day about 15 billion higher. This resilience is certainly reassuring to see. Yesterday's dip may have been momentarily caused by the impact of a report indicating that regulators were looking at Ethereum as a possible security. However, the market seemed to have voted their confidence today. Ethereum's developers maintain that Ethereum will not need to be regulated as a security, saying that they're extremely comfortable that it's not a security. Reddit co-founder Alexis agreed, predicting that the price of Ether will reach $15,000 by the end of 2018, growing its market cap past the 1 trillion USD mark and enabling it to surpass Bitcoin as the world's #1 cryptocurrency. Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal reported today that Telegram's plan to launch an initial coin offering has been abandoned. They cited the reason for the dismissal as they had raised enough money already through their 2 private ICO rounds. That being said, the rumor is that this is due to the large concern that the SEC would have made this extremely complicated and a heavily regulated ordeal, which was not worth the extra baggage for Telegram, and given that they had raised over $1 billion, we certainly don't blame them. On the macro scale, in spite of the increasing regulation, ICOs have never been so widespread globally. However, the amount raised is declining steadily. ICOs raised a total of $343 million in April, which is a 44% decline when compared to March. The good news, though, is that Bitcoin's network hash rate is continuing to climb regardless of our bear market. This signals a constantly increasing level of interest from miners despite Bitcoin's inability to break the $10,000 price point for the last 3 months. Last for today, we learned that 2 subcommittees of the U.S. House Committee on Science, Space, and Technology will meet on May 8th to discuss blockchain. The hearing is entitled Leveraging Blockchain Technology to Improve Supply Chain Management and Combat Counterfeit Goods. Given that supply chain management solutions make up many of our investments, we're excited to see what will come out of this meeting. It is certainly spectacular to see that use cases of blockchain are being discussed at the highest level of governments. And so with that, I'll turn it over to Doc. Have a great rest of your day.
Hello folks, it's Doc for ReadySetCrypto looking at Bitcoin here. What I'm going to show you on Bitcoin, I'm seeing pretty much across the board when it comes to the crypto markets, especially amongst the top 10 or top 20 coins that we have. Okay, so we have a high energy condition here. We have a consolidation high energy condition. So let's go look back on the last few high energy conditions that we've had with Bitcoin. Okay, so here's one as we got into January where we had a high energy condition, and this one actually did end up breaking a little bit higher, and it built up an even higher level of energy, and from this level of energy we started trending to the downside. The next high level energy condition here was this nonlinear pattern, broke to the downside. Again, high energy condition, broke to the downside. High energy condition, broke to the downside. High energy condition right here, broke to the upside. Okay, so we've seen a little bit of a change in polarity in terms of which way the breakouts are going. So now we have the next one here, and we've been in this condition for about a week, and we're going to start to build up more and more energy here. We're going to be very quickly in a very high level energy condition. So this is the question here, which way is it going to break, to the upside or to the downside? So for those of you that know me, I'm not going to sit there and play this game of, well, I'm a fortune teller and I'm going to tell you my prediction as to which way this is going to go. Actually, there's very little value in me predicting what's going to happen in the future because, honestly, anybody that tells you that they know what's going to happen in the future is wrong. That's not the way to do it. That's not the way we use technical analysis. It's not some kind of crystal ball. So what we can do is we can say, well, we clearly have a range of prices here. If we see it break to the upside, it's very likely that it will continue going to the upside. If we do see it break to the downside, then what's happening is actually the larger time frame pattern at the weekly chart is starting to take over again because we have a series of lower highs and lower lows along the weekly chart. And at some point, we would expect to see that exert its influence again. So it's not going to be necessarily unwarranted to see the price break lower. And at some point, we're going to have the price break lower, even if it's to form a higher low. So in other words, this is what I'd look to see. Either way that the price breaks from here, if it breaks to the upside, terrific, great. Short term, that's a short term win. However, if the price breaks to the downside, this actually could be the formation of something that's very, very important and kind of sets the hook. This forms a bear trap if this works out. If this prints a higher low. So if this prints a higher low up here and we bounce from there and start moving higher, then this is a very important pivot point, especially if we can start to see the price breaking above this level here, which is just below 12,000. So if we can start to see the price print a mammoth higher low, get the shorts on the run, get them to cover above and beyond 12,000, this is going to be extremely constructive for the overall crypto market. Bottom line here is I don't care whether it breaks to the upside, short-term win, breaks to the downside, we're looking for a longer time frame win here if it prints that higher low. All right, a quick run through the top 10 coins here. Here is Ethereum. Ethereum is actually building a short-term ascending triangle pattern. This is a very bullish pattern. Not necessarily a very big upside target to this. Perhaps the upside target is maybe around 800 for this, but we'll take the wins where we can get them. We're almost in a higher energy condition here. Here's Ripple. Ripple is also running into a high energy condition. And here's Bitcoin Cash. Again, Bitcoin Cash is also running into that sort of ascending triangle pattern. So you see a pattern, at least on a smaller time frame, of higher lows where we have equal highs on the top. Here's EOS. This one seriously needs a rest for a while. Anytime you see a coin that just is going parabolic into fear of missing out type move, normally you see this will consolidate for quite some time. Here is Cardano. Cardano against the US dollar. And this one is just doing its little stair-stepping movement as the energy goes higher. So very much like what we're seeing here. Here's Litecoin. Litecoin's kind of gone to sleep in this long consolidation pattern. But again, we're seeing that just about across the board. Very high energy. This will move very soon, Litecoin. Here's Stellar. Stellar's just kind of grinding higher right now. And again, high energy condition. So this is actually almost a self-sustaining type of move to the upside. Here is IoT. Now you're seeing this is exactly what I'm talking about here. The range just sort of vectors into the apex of this little triangle and you get the breakout. This is very, very common. This is exactly what I'm hoping to see across the board. And let's look at a couple other ones here. Tron has been going berserk to the upside. That's good. This is what we want to see. We want to start to see these altcoins just ripping and attracting attention because this will bring the majority back into the market again, and this cycle will continue. A couple of the other ones that we follow here. Here's Walton Chain again, setting up the next base. Decent amount of energy up here. Here is Omisigo. Omisigo is getting a little bit unstable, a little bit volatile here, but still very, very productive price action that we have. And that's pretty much it for today. So gone through the top 10 and a few other coins that we have. Again, the whole notion here is that we are in a consolidation pattern about over the last week. And we're seeing various coins break higher from that. So again, that's good. That shows a general environment of accumulation, which is what we want. However, if we do break to the downside from here, I don't want you guys to panic because this is part of a very constructive, forward-looking, sort of a pay-it-forward kind of movement where we have to print that higher low across the board with the top 10 coins. Really what it does is it puts the majority on the wrong side of the boat if and when the bulls decide to step in and accumulate. So we're going to have all those shorts covering, buying back their positions. It adds rocket fuel to the fire. And this is how we can get into that disbelief portion of the rally, which is the ending phase of the bear market. We'll see if we're there or not. Just a quick reminder, folks, we're going to be traveling over the next few days or so here. So the newsletters are going to be coming out a little bit later than normal. And I think the weekend edition is probably going to come out sometime on Sunday. Look forward to talking with you then. Take care.